On The Young and the Restless, tomorrow, Wednesday, May 28, 2025, Traci is back and sees the Abbott mansion for the first time since Diane changed it. We've got the photo spoilers of what's coming up. Victoria was working at Newman Enterprises when her mom walks into her office. Nikki knows something is up with Victoria, but will she figure out that plans are being made for a birthday celebration? Traci and Ashley were in NYC when Diane did the refresh on their home, and this is the first time Traci is seeing it. Traci assures Diane that she's very happy about the changes. Diane finally feels like she is part of the Abbott family. Traci was recovering from her broken heart and broken engagement when she went away. Jack hopes she is feeling better. Kyle and Harrison talk to Jack and Diane. Jack, Diane, Harrison, and Kyle at the Abbott mansion. Victor told Nick that he needed to keep his word and be part of his Abbott takedown. Is Nick meeting with Jack to help his dad, or is he filling in for Michael and trying to keep the peace? At the ranch, Nikki asks Nick if he's heard from his father this morning. He shrugs. No, I haven't. Why? Nikki sighs that Michael resigned last night because of Victor seeking revenge on Jack. Nick knows his dad can't be happy about this. Nikki nods. He sees this as a betrayal. They go over Michael being a friend as well as a lawyer. He could sometimes get Victor to see reason. Now that that's gone, they're concerned. Nikki guesses Victor is preparing a new attack against Jack and Michael didn't agree with it. Nikki figures this will only fuel the fire against Jack. Things could get really ugly really soon. Nick tells his mother he'll talk to his dad and try to get a feel for where his head is. Victor arrives at Newman Media and tells Adam they have important business to discuss. Adam knows Michael resigned. He saw him at the club last night, and he looked as unhappy as Victor does. The mustache says he made an egregious mistake. He wonders how long he'll be able to live with it. Adam offers to talk about Michael quitting, but Victor only wants to discuss business. Why has he not hit Billy Abbott hard as he ordered? Adam says they're still preparing those pieces. It's old news, so he's having his team make it fresh. I have this covered. Victor asks if he's trying to put one over on him. Adam knows he's smarter than him. He's not trying to pull anything. Billy will soon be feeling the heat. Victor wants to believe him, but he's already expressed his resistance. He reminds his son he's not reporting to Chelsea. Perhaps he made a mistake making him head of the company. He wants Abbott Communications to be hit hard. If you can't do it, I'll find someone who will. Adam asks if Victor is prepared to lose him and Michael all in 1 week. Victor respected Michael for looking him in the eye. If Adam does what he's promised, they will be all right. Chelsea appears in the doorway, and Victor urges her to help his son do what needs to be done. Victor leaves and Chelsea notes the tension in the room. What is Victor forcing you to do this time? Adam tells Chelsea he's stalled as long as he can. Victor wants him to put out a smear campaign against Billy and Abbott Communications. Chelsea wonders if it's actually been her he's been stalling. Adam had another plan, to send Billy's shortcomings directly to Dumas, but Victor wouldn't go for it. Chelsea says of course he wouldn't. He wants to humiliate Billy. Adam warns if they don't do it, they'll both lose their jobs. Chelsea guesses her first day at Newman Media will be her last. Adam says it's just this one thing, but Chelsea argues it will never stop. She wonders if Adam's actually okay with all of this. Billy and Sally are launching their company next week. Adam knows the timing is calculated. Chelsea can't stomach it. They cheated on them. She can't do it and doesn't think Adam could either. He's a better man now. You've changed. I'm not wrong to think that, right? Adam assures her that her love changed him. He thinks he knows what they can do. He's committed to the vision they laid out. She asks what they can do about Victor. Adam says they have to divert his attention from Billy by creating a new scandal. At the club, Michael grouches to Lauren about the kitchen screwing up his eggs. Lauren snaps that if she wanted to have breakfast with a grumpy man, she'd have breakfast with Victor. She reminds him he promised to put their marriage first. This is the first day of the rest of their lives, and he's acting like he lost his best friend. Michael says it wasn't an easy choice for him. He's sorry if he's moody or distracted. He's processing. Lauren asks if he's going to make her feel guilty until he makes peace with this. Michael apologizes. He didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Lauren noticed. They go over him wanting to be friends with both Jack and Victor. Lauren's sure this will make things better with them in time. Michael admits it took a lot out of him to quit Victor. He was angry but also hurt. He can't help but feel he's being selfish and letting him down. Lauren fumes. You have always been there for him. Lauren reminds Michael why he quit. Michael knows, but if she'd seen the look on his face. Lauren realizes her husband didn't think it would get this far. He thought Victor would choose his love for him over his hatred of the Abbotts. Michael says a small part of him did, but a larger part knew he wouldn't. He chose his commitment to her over his commitment to Victor. Nikki and Nick walk into the club, and Nick says Victor will meet them there. They spot Michael and Lauren, so walk over to greet them. Lauren speaks to them, but Michael keeps his head down, looking at his phone. Nick finally asks, "How are you doing, Baldwin?" Michael says he's not used to not getting 10 texts from his father by now. He asks Nikki how he was after he left last night. She says he was angry and like a man who has lost his best friend. Nikki tells Michael she knows Victor brought this on himself. Lauren says it takes guts to stand up to him. Nick asks Michael if he'll reconsider. Glancing at Lauren, Michael says he made a promise to his wife. Nick thanks him for everything he's done for their family and shakes his hand. Nick and Nikki move on, and Lauren tells Michael that they should take a trip to help with his transition. It might be easier not to be running into Victor and his family. Michael agrees. Lauren speaks to him in Italian and Michael's charmed. He's kissing her hand when Victor walks into the room. He joins Nikki and Nick, and they chat about the stallions on the ranch. Victor says he went by to see Adam next. Nick wonders if he broke him too. "I heard about Baldwin, Dad. I'm sorry." Victor grumbles that he made the wrong decision. They'll see how long it takes until he's bored to tears. Nick offers his help and Victor appreciates his loyalty. At Michael's table, Lauren notices him glance Victor's way and then attack his eggs with vigor. She tells him enough, "We're getting a to-go box." Michael says he won't let Victor run him off. He complains that he's about to run away to Italy. Lauren points out he's not running from Victor, he's running away with her. Michael vows to go live the Dolce Vita. Lauren notices Victor shooting death stares and wants to go confront him. Michael won't let her. He doesn't want Victor coming after them. Lauren isn't afraid of him. Michael can see that and reminds her they need to shift their focus from the mustache. Lauren agrees. They bicker as Michael worries that he shouldn't have quit, who will stop Jack and Victor from killing each other. At Victor's table, Nikki announces a crisis at work and has to leave. Victor guesses she's leaving Nick to observe his mood. Nick concedes they're all worried about how he's taking this. Victor will protect his family against all enemies without Michael's help. Nick guesses he's planning a two-front war against Jack and Dumas. Victor nods yes, and he'll rely on Nick fulfilling his promise to help him out. Phyllis finds Amanda working in society, and they go over the run-in with Billy and Sally yesterday. The redhead wonders if she got Amanda curious about her plan to take over Chancellor, and her coming along for the ride. Amanda admits she's intrigued. Phyllis enthuses, "Let's start kicking butt and taking names." Amanda thinks Phyllis might be right about it being time for her to take on a new challenge. Phyllis says they'd make a spectacular new team. Amanda warns she's not the only one with her eye on Chancellor. Phyllis says her boss would just be backing them. Dumas would make millions off of them and stay anonymous and mysterious as he likes. "When can I meet him?" Amanda tells her she's going to DC this afternoon, and Phyllis wants to go with her to Dumas' office. There's no way he could possibly say no. Phyllis wants to stand in front of Dumas and pitch him. What's the worst that could happen? Amanda says he could kick her out and fire her. Phyllis is sure he'll be dazzled by her brilliance and confidence. Maybe he doesn't meet a lot of people, but she knows for certain he's never met someone like her. Phyllis has to pack her bags and will meet her at the airport. Amanda cautions Phyllis. Just then, Lily comes in and asks Amanda where they stand on the meeting with Dumas. Amanda says he denied their request. Lily and Phyllis spar verbally until Amanda explains her boss keeps a low profile. Lily wonders why he'd worry about the integrity of Winters, but not sit down for a simple meeting. Amanda can only tell Lily what her boss tells her. She urges Lily not to take it personally. He doesn't like to show his face. Phyllis chimes in that he doesn't even show his face online. Lily informs her she knows. She has the internet. Addressing Amanda, she asks how she can be more loyal to him than the family she's known for years. Amanda warns her not to start a conversation about the loyalty of the Winters family with her. Lily warns she'll keep pushing where Dumas is concerned until she finds out who he is. Amanda informs Lily that absolute discretion is a condition of her employment with Dumas. She and Divin need to move on and focus on Winters. Lily can't. She can't trust anyone who won't look her in the eye. Until she knows what Dumas wants, she cannot let this go. Lily walks over to the bar, and Phyllis tells Amanda she's curious about Dumas' interest in Winters. Does he want to protect it, or does he see it as some kind of threat? Amanda tells Phyllis she doesn't need to concern herself with Dumas' interest in Winters. Phyllis reminds her it was part of Chancellor. Amanda urges her to focus on her pitch for Dumas. Phyllis shows off her heels and assures she'll get through the door. She pulls out her phone and books a first-class ticket to DC as Amanda gives a sheepish half-smile. Currently, the Abbotts are squarely focused on the considerable threat presented by Victor Newman and his desire for revenge on Jack for checks notes saving Nikki's life, but Ashley's return to town could prove to be a huge distraction and put the young and restless family on high alert for yet another developing situation. Ashley's been attending to business in Paris of late, but is due back any minute, in part to weigh in on, what else, but Diane's remodel of the Abbott abode. But we couldn't care less whether or not she approves of the new paint color. No, what we want to know is what's been going on in her life. We're particularly curious to learn whether Ashley has made any new breakthroughs in discovering what trauma led to her personality splintering into alter egos when she crossed paths with the dastardly Martin Laurent. 'Cause, you know, that storyline was kind of a big deal and has all but vanished aside from a brief update to Abby before her wedding. It wasn't even addressed when Laurent terrorized Phyllis and Sharon and devastated her sister Traci. Now, however, young and restless spoilers tease that Ashley will drop a surprise on Jack later this week, and by the looks of her brother's reaction, the news will prove to be hella concerning. We couldn't help but wonder if Ashley has reconnected with Tucker McCall whilst overseas. It seems unlikely, and yet she has credited him for showing up and playing the hero when Martin was attacking her, so the door was open a crack. Not only do they seem to be irresistibly drawn to each other with their magnetic chemistry, they pledge to spend the rest of their lives together on more than one occasion. Of course, a Tashley reunion would be terrible news to spring on Jack, who loathes McCall, and has enough on his plate to worry about what with Victor gunning for him and Michael removing himself as a buffer. Considering the dramatic ups and downs of Ashley and Tucker's history, and Jack's innate protectiveness over his sister, this wouldn't be well received, to put it mildly. Indeed, it would put the whole family into a bit of a panic, especially if Ashley intends for the relationship to play out across the pond. Given the current writing regime's unparalleled devotion to telling business stories, this could be an announcement that Ashley is resigning from her job as head of R&D at Jabot. Jack and the family would be left reeling given that she's all but irreplaceable. However, it could provide an opening for the return of Allie Abbott, who has been under her aunt's tutelage. If Ashley resigns, it stands to reason that she's either planning to devote all of her time to her own company in Paris or travel, and either way, this will alarm the Abbotts given they know her mental health is still fragile, having not yet uncovered the reason her death was triggered. No matter how you spin it, Ashley's surprising news is set to leave the Abbott family on high alert. What do you think her announcement will entail? Vote. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease once Phyllis Summers sets her mind on something, it's tough to reason with her. Monday, May 26, she told her friend, Amanda Sinclair, about her ambition to lead Chancellor, and she is wishing that the rumor about Aristotle Dumas's potential hostile takeover is accurate. Phyllis told Amanda that this is why she urgently wants to meet the mysterious mogul to find out if he intends to take Nikki Newman's company from her, and also if she can persuade him to give her the top position at the company. This would serve two purposes: getting back at Billy Abbott for firing her from Abbott Communications, and outsmarting Victor Newman, as they don't get along. Phyllis explained her questionable actions to arrange a meeting with Dumas. She even took Billy's phone to get the man's number to call and text him. She also eavesdropped on Amanda during Monday's show to gather information. There are two occasions when Phyllis overstepped her boundaries, but is it possible for her to go even further and undertake something that could threaten her friendship with Amanda? In the episode aired on May 26, Phyllis proposed Amanda send her a text with details of where she's meeting her wealthy boss, so that Phyllis could make an unexpected appearance. Naturally, Amanda dismissed this suggestion outright. She cherishes her position and has no intention of putting it in jeopardy by engaging in one of Phyllis's ridiculous plans. So, is Phyllis going to take control of the situation herself? Phyllis is skilled with technology, so could she access Amanda's email to check her calendar, or take her friend's phone just like she did with Billy's to gather information on Dumas? Fans are eagerly anticipating Dumas' big reveal, so might Phyllis uncover details about his location, which could also mark Dumas's introduction on the show. While Phyllis certainly wants something from Dumas, there's also a part of her that would enjoy the bragging rights of being the first in GC to catch a glimpse of Dumas. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Phyllis is the kind of woman who can be tenacious about these matters. She recognizes that meeting with Dumas presents career possibilities, but it's also a challenge she can't ignore. However, will she risk losing Amanda's respect and friendship along the way? It's not a crossover event, but fans of The Young and the Restless are going to recognize a new cast member soon. Days of Our Lives star Billy Flynn has left Salem and is moving to Genoa City. While his character role hasn't been revealed, we think we know who he could be. There have been so many secrets the past 6 months, intentionally mistaken identities, and odd 6 degrees of separation scenarios. So for newcomer Billy Flynn to join in the fray, we can only guess which role he will create. This one is a tricky one only because the mysterious billionaire has been undercover for so long, yet knows everyone in town on The Young and the Restless. The extra layer of mystery is that Dumas is not his real name, which means that Flynn would either be playing a new character we haven't met yet who goes by the moniker Aristotle Dumas and has some strange attachment to the key players in Genoa City, or he's a former character with those connections. Let's break that down. Flynn could be playing the role of yet another person who runs Dumas' business to keep a barrier between himself and other people, so he can keep his identity hidden, like Damien and Amanda's jobs. Even Damien himself suggested that the Dumas he's spoken to on the phone could be someone just acting on his behalf. If Flynn plays Dumas as someone we know, the most likely scenarios of a return character are either Tucker McCall, but Flynn is too young for that role, or King Ashby. While the timing of that would be incredible, given all the hype around the possibility, Goddard wound up on General Hospital last month instead. Could Flynn be a Kane Ashby recast? Entirely possible, but again, the age is off, and it would be a serious letdown for a lot of fans if that were the path taken. Since Michael has flown the coop, Victor needs a new lawyer, although Michael's already questioning his decisions, and Victor knows that he should be. Victor does need a lawyer on standby 24/7 nonetheless. Flynn could be coming in to fill that role. Summer was left in the lurch when both Chelsea and Sally quit on the same day without notice to work with their boyfriends' communication companies. Summer jumped on a plane to Italy to find a replacement as soon as possible, and by the next day, had apparently found a man to fill Chelsea's void at Marchetti. Could Summer be coming back with Flynn in tow as her new creative director? With Rory Gibson also showing up on General Hospital in a Michael Corinthos recast, is there a spot for Flynn to appear as Noah? Again, the age is off in the opposite direction, but Flynn looks younger and could pull it off, but Nick recently visited Noah in London and told his sister that Noah was definitely not moving back to Genoa City anytime soon. As Nikki Newman's birthday party kicks off this week, expect the unexpected when we finally, fingers crossed, find out the identity of Aristotle Dumas. Lauren won't like it. Viewers have been begging Michael to quit working for Victor on The Young and the Restless for years now. Victor was an abusive, unhinged boss who regularly had Michael take the blame for Victor's own crimes. Enough is enough, and Michael is cutting ties once and for all, or so he says. Victor somehow manages to make Michael feel guilty for putting Victor's interests ahead of his own. He gaslights like a Gen Z kid. So we cheered when Michael finally said enough is enough and walked away, despite Victor's mumbled threats and dire warnings. But the May 27 episode made us wonder if we've been wrong all along, and Victor was right. Michael really is working against him. Michael did his best for Victor, he really did. But every man has his breaking point. There was only so long Michael could stand being mistreated like this. He needed to fight back. But he couldn't do it directly. Michael told Lauren he didn't want Victor coming after their family the way Victor mercilessly pursues the Abbotts. So Michael had to come up with a way to attack Victor from the side that Victor will never see coming. Michael needed to develop a whole new identity, and Michael is a well-read dude. What better nom de plume to choose than Dumas, as in Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious rich man who never shows his face, but seems to have made it his mission to get the best of Victor by reaching out to his sworn enemy. Billy, it makes sense he'd employ Amanda. Amanda is a lawyer. Michael is a lawyer. He knows how to make a team-up work. And Amanda would be happy to work with him to get back at the bulk of Genoa City. It's a perfect pairing. Victor will never see it coming. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, May 27, reveal some explosive moments in Genoa City. Two characters retaliate over shots fired, while another demands answers from a friend, and a wife proves to be a worrywart over her husband's work dealings. What's set to unfold on Tuesday's show? Time to find out. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, May 27, imply that Victor Newman and Adam Newman will retaliate against Billy Abbott. Victor knows that Billy is on Aristotle Dumas's radar, as the two ponder a hostile takeover of Chancellor. So how will the father and son retaliate? It sounds like Newman Media may publish another hit piece on Billy. How will Chelsea Lawson feel about all this? Speaking of Dumas, Lily Winters will have more questions about Amanda Sinclair's mystery boss and demand answers. Lily is afraid that Dumas has Winters in mind, even though that doesn't seem to be the case. Amanda told both Devin Hamilton Winters and Abby Winters during the week of May 19 to 23 that Dumas wasn't interested in taking over Winters, but rather protecting it. This threw the couple into a tizzy and made them want a meeting with Dumas that much more. Will Lily believe her friend after their chat during the May 27 episode? Finally, The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday note that Lauren Fenmore will worry about Michael Baldwin's decision-making. Didn't he just decide to resign as Victor's lawyer, per her request? Lauren may worry that Michael will head back into the Newman Lion's den, as the lawyer has been known to quit as Victor's attorney in the past, only to go back to working for him. Still, Lauren should be more concerned about Victor's retaliation than Michael and his choices at this point. What storyline are you most interested in seeing unfold during Tuesday's show? Share your thoughts. Tune into the CBS Soap Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and visit SOS often for the best Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal fans are eagerly anticipating Aristotle Dumas stepping into the spotlight. Who is he, and what are his intentions? It has been noted several times that Dumas is operating under a pseudonym, indicating he has connections to Curisity. It seems likely that Billy Flynn will portray the character as his debut on the show approaches. That in mind, here are 3 surprising twists that could occur once Dumas makes his appearance. First, a successful hostile takeover of Newman Enterprises. While Lily Winters, Devin Hamilton Winters, and Nate Hastings think Dumas is targeting their family legacy, it's evident that his real aim is Victor Newman. Rumors have circulated about Dumas's desire to seize control of Chancellor, which would be a significant achievement in itself. However, what if he completely surprises everyone and manages to take over Newman Enterprises instead? Ultimately, Victor is far too consumed with his revenge schemes against the Abbotts to concentrate on anything else, so it would be a prime opportunity to take Newman Enterprises from him. Dumas is set to deliver a mysterious message to Curisity during Nikki Newman's grand birthday celebration this Friday, May 30. Is it possible that he has bypassed the notion of taking over Chancellor and instead aimed directly at what would hurt Victor the most, seizing Newman Enterprises right from his grasp? This leads us to the second shocking twist, something Victor would also absolutely despise. Let's be honest, Phyllis Summers is in need of a romance at this moment, and Aristotle Dumas could very well be the ideal man to captivate her. He's enigmatic, he's wealthy, and regardless of whether Billy Flynn portrays him, he's bound to be attractive and probably quite charming. Phyllis has faced some unfortunate circumstances lately, both in her romantic life and in general, so a thrilling love story is precisely what she needs, don't you think? There's been a lot of talk suggesting that Dumas might actually be Kane Ashby, and that Billy Flynn could take on this character in a new role. However, Phyllis is still Summer Newman's mother, and that's what would irritate Victor. There are even theories suggesting that Dumas might actually be a woman, perhaps someone like Jill Abbott. At one point, even Victor considered the possibility that Dumas could be Tucker McCall. With that in mind, what if Dumas has ties to GC but hasn't yet appeared on the canvas? Perhaps he is a long-lost son of Tucker's, or even Victor's. It's also possible that he is an undisclosed Abbott, which could explain why he is targeting Victor. The upcoming spoilers for the CBS soap promise a wealth of surprises when he finally reveals himself to the fans and the rest of the town. Does she know him that well, or does she still have her rose-colored glasses on? We're already seeing issues in Claire's relationship with Kyle. She claims to know him better than everyone else, but does she really? Every time he acts out of character or out of her perception of the perfect man, she seems surprised. Claire tries to rein him in, but it's unlikely to last long on The Young and the Restless. Y and R fans have been buzzing about Claire's relationship with Kyle. The two couldn't be any more different. Claire is desperate to retain her role as the good girl of Curisity. This has us wondering whether Claire has an evil twin. Meanwhile, Kyle is struggling with his different sides. He shared this problem with his mom, Diane. Every time Kyle acts out, especially around Audra, Claire tries to control him. She questions him and presses for more information about his behavior. Claire is nervous about Kyle's past with Audra, and understandably so. Audra is a gorgeous woman who's confident and secure with herself. She always gets what she wants. Plus, she's devious and knows Claire's grandfather, Victor, who will do anything to break up the star-crossed lovers. But is keeping one's man in check the secret to a happy relationship? Kyle might get tired of Claire's controlling ways. Claire has yet to see this side of Kyle. He's typically impulsive and does the wrong thing. She hopes that she can steer him straight. This shows us that she doesn't know him as well as she thinks she does. Claire created this idea of Kyle in her head that she fell in love with. When he doesn't fit her picture-perfect image, she gets a little testy and pushy. Arguably, Claire has the right to have an opinion, especially when it affects her relationship with Kyle. As for Kyle, he would rather that Claire didn't have an opinion. They both want a stable and trusting relationship. It'll be interesting to see who will break this trust first. It's a good day for the Abbott family. For the Wednesday, May 28 episode of The Young and the Restless, spoilers photos show a welcomed homecoming, a tense meeting, and a hard day at the office. It's a lovely day to be a member of the Abbott family. Traci is home and gets her first look at the revamped home. The picture shows she's all smiles and hugs, but is it because she's elated or because she's trying to be polite? If she's genuinely thrilled, this could be just the thing to bring her and Diane closer together. Wouldn't Jack love that? Traci won't be the only person Jack and Diane spend time with on this episode. They'll also check in with Kyle and Harrison. The sweet tot loves being with his grandparents, which makes us wonder how he'll deal with moving out of the mansion. Later, Jack hits the club where he runs into Nick. With all the drama going on with Victor, they are overdue for a little chat. Will Nick side with his family or start leaking intel to the enemy? Nick doesn't typically get involved in his dad's diabolical plans, but he doesn't necessarily go against the mustache either. Meanwhile, Victoria is hard at work in the office when Nikki stops and looking like quite the vision. Is she there to share some news? Teasers show Victor is sending her a special gift geared to sweep her right off her feet. Will she share her joy with her daughter, or is she there to roll up her sleeves and get down to business? Victor's never backing down. You got that?